Well, hello everybody. So, ghost town. It's an actual bona fide ghost town here in San Francisco Bay. And it's called Winehaven. It's out in Point Malate. If you're heading north towards the Richmond Bridge, you would get off on the Point Malate exit. And there's only one way in and one way out. Winehaven was a winery and kind of a distillery, I guess, prior to Prohibition time. And it's like a castle out here. You can't really see a whole lot through the fence line. This is the older building. It is dilapidated. The roof is falling in. Let me see if I can get you up over the fence there. Okay. I don't even think they use it for storage anymore. And there's the old power plant, the old steam plant. This is the building, I guess, that maintained that. And there is nothing left inside, but we'll give you a little picture. But the big deal is over here, and it's in the tree line. And I don't think you're gonna see a whole lot, but you can see a brick building, a brick structure with turrets on the end and turned up roof. This was built 100 years ago, and it was producing quite a bit. And then Prohibition came in, and it halted for a while. And then, of course, well, after Prohibition was over, it went back to doing the wine. And then at some point in time, and I believe it was World War II, I'm not sure on the history there. Don't hold me judgmentally. It was turned into the Naval Fueling Station, and all the little houses I'm going to show you here in just a second were all turned to Navy housing, and the street coming in one way and one way out was gated. When I moved to Point Richmond in 1990, you couldn't actually access this property. You had to have special pass or permission. Even going out to the Point San Pablo Harbor Yacht Club, as I like to call it, which has now changed the name, that was only accessible to the houseboat residents. So I'm gonna pause it, and I'm gonna come back with a different view of part of the ghost town itself. Ooh, spooky. Okay, so here's the outside of the old power plant, and there actually looks like there's a window out and we can see in. Oh, there's some valves. Nothing of a roof left. There's really nothing left to really look at in there. So we're gonna give you a little preview of the town itself. That little building right there is the fire department. Yes, they had their own fire department. So let's go up the road a little bit more. We'll get you a better view of the winery and the castle and the village. Okay, here's your first glimpse at the old housing, which were built for the winery back in the day. It's quite extensive. I don't know how many houses are actually out here. You can't access through the gate anymore. It is federal, but now it was given back to the city of Richmond quite some time ago, decades ago. As you can see, there's the big building of the winery. All right. Quite a bit's overgrown. You used to be able to see all these houses. They are on the historic preservation, so you can see the roofs are kind of plastic sheeted over. Yeah, I mean, there's a nice glaring view. So I believe the reason that these were never used for anything else, I have friends in the city, and apparently the asbestos was a big problem. And what are you going to do? I mean, you do all this money into it, and then what? You know, you rent them. And big problem was the sewer system out here was just a leach pond kind of deal that, you know, did its thing and then filtered out to the bay. So that's why they never really did anything other than the asbestos. And what are you going to do with it? You know, it's kind of dangerous out here. Let's get you a better view, guys. We're going to get you the view of the bay here real quick. There's a back view, okay? So coming up. Okay, so as you can see, there's the bridge and the beach down there. This loops all around. The refueling plant actually is right there on the peak there, and there's the dock, and all the tanks are up behind in the hills here. Here's a nice close-up view of one of these houses that you can see. They've been boarded up for years and years. I can remember I had friends that actually lived out here and were in the Navy, and I was able to access as a guest, and it was quite the little village. A lot of kids and everything. Up over the hill, and I'll show you that, there was the country club, swimming pools, tennis courts, basketball courts, a big grand hall that they held balls and all kinds of gathering events and stuff like that, weddings. They had a marina, everything over there. If I could get over there, man, that would make the best abandoned video you'd ever seen. But yeah, I'm not willing to go to prison for it. So we're gonna go down the street a little bit more and show you that, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna give you the best view I can get. Everything is so overgrown, but hey, you can come out here and explore for yourself. And if you're just walking, I'm not saying, but there's a lot of access points. Some of these are bigger than others, and that is, these are the bigger units down here. They were multi-family, or well, you know, larger family dwellings. They're not that big either, but these are the bigger houses. And this road actually goes all the way out to the end to the lighthouse. Okay, there's the road that went up and over, and then you had on the other side in San Pablo Bay, you had the great country club and all that I was just describing you. You can't get there though. There's a guard here. There are some beautiful little beaches out here that you can access. You got Mount Tam over there in the distance. And once again, beautiful view of the bridge. And there's the old naval pier that they used to bring the ships in to fuel. Pretty damn cool. Let's get up to the top of this hill and we'll give you the view of the Winehaven. Best view I can get you. Ooh, don't look down. Don't look down. Woo, scary. Kind of like an old Alfred Hitchcock movie when somebody gets pushed off the cliff. So, that's the fueling station dock. That's the actual pump house. This is Winehaven. The whole shebang. Let me see if I can zoom up on that for you guys. There it is. Holy moly. Right here on the San Francisco Bay. So if you're looking for a neat ride and an educational experience, or you just come out in your car and you want to explore on foot, I'm telling you, it's interesting. You could actually access quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people do. I think the worst you're gonna have is the police come and tell you, hey, and you're gonna have to present your ID, and hopefully you don't have any warrants. And that out there, my friends, is East Brother Lighthouse. Let's see if we can really zoom up on that. Oh man, God, I love the zoom on this. Okay, there it is. That is East Brothers Lighthouse. You can actually go out and stay there. It is a B&B, but the access to get out there. Okay, so you're riding this little boat, and then it's got this hook that comes down in the center of the cage of the boat, and it pulls you up and it puts you onto the dock. Not gonna do it. Nope, been out once, that was it, long time ago. Not gonna do it, okay? But the beauty and splendor of Point Malate and its old infrastructure, it was a winery, a distillery, a naval fueling station, and now a National Historic Landmark that's defunct and can't be inhabited, and it can't be really used. Although, strangely enough, they're building an access road all around the coast there. I don't know what they're doing. I got to do a little research on that, but I am intrigued by this, heavily intrigued. So, everybody, enjoy your life, get out and cycle, and enjoy the day. I'll be seeing you on the next video. Peace.